back to Time Out with Kyseé and Rodney. Today we have an impactful episode lined up for you in honor of Voters' Eve. Tomorrow's a big day, and we are here to remind you of why your vote matters.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
So that's right. Voting isn't just a civic duty. It's a tool for change, especially for marginalized communities. So if you've been on the fence about voting, this episode might be just what you need.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's our word of the day?
Okay, what is our word of the day?
Our word of the day is empowerment.
Come on, empowerment.
Empowerment means giving power or authority to someone. And in our case, it's about how voting empowers each of us to shape our communities and our futures.
Perfect word for today. Voting is empowerment in action. It's a way to make your voice heard and stand up for what you believe in.
Yeah. So guys, it's so important for us to do that. We love that. Okay. So for our intention of the day is simple yet very powerful. Today, I commit to being an active participant in my community by making informed choices that can bring positive change.
That's a solid intention, Kyseé.
Yeah.
It reminds us that voting is more than just checking a box. It's a commitment to community and a step toward a better tomorrow. And it's your legacy.
That's what it is, for real. It's our legacy. All right, so now we got our intention out the way. What's our affirmation today? Let's ground ourselves with our affirmation of the day. My voice matters, and I will use it to create a change I want to see. And repeat that if you're listening. My voice matters, and I will use it to create the change I want to see.
Listen, I'm going to do that. I'm going to piss some people off too. Every time we affirm this, we're reminded that we're not just voting for today. We're voting for future generations. We're building a world, a better world, one that we might not ever live in. Mm-hmm. But that's our responsibility.
So I want to talk about why voting matters and the power of voting. Let's jump right into that. It's so crucial, especially for minorities. Voting allows us to impact policies that directly affect our lives. It's a chance to elect leaders who will advocate for our needs and address issues that have been ignored.
Absolutely. Voting is one of the most powerful tools we have in a democracy. For many of our communities, this right was hard won. It's a privilege and a responsibility.
I love that. And for minorities, it's even more important. Our communities often bear the brunt of systemic issues, underfunded schools, lack of health care, and policy and practices that aren't fair. Voting helps us push back and demand equality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you know that in the U.S., women were only granted the right to vote in 1920 with this passing of the 19th Amendment? And even then, it didn't mean all women could vote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's right. Many women of color, particularly Black and indigenous
Mm-hmm.
women, still face major obstacles like literacy tests,
Mm-hmm.
poll taxes,
Mm-hmm.
intimidation tactics
that voter suppression
that
shit.
kept them from voting.
Many barriers were removed by the Voting Rights Act. So when we talk about voting, we're honoring the generations before us who fought for this right. It's something we can't take lightly.
It's something that, and I really want to take a second and really give a shout out to our ancestors, our aunties, the Robinson sisters, because we have a great legacy. We have a great legacy of ancestors that it was all with two men. So just think about, you said when and
Aunt Viola, my Aunt Viola Robinson, it's Viola Robinson.
one time for Aunt Viola.
It's spelled Viola, which is Viola. That's the way you spell Viola. But she put an E in because, I guess we were created in the way Black folks always been created with names. But it's viola is actually pronounced the way that it's spelled, Viola. That's viola. That's the instrument. But Aunt Viola came to Long Branch, New Jersey in 1946, and our Aunt Zora, who was already here, registered her to vote. And from that day, she voted in every election up until the time she went into a nursing home. And she passed at 100 years old. I think she voted when she was 99. I think she voted when she was 100.
Wow.
She voted in every election, every general election. She never missed the general election.
Was she able to vote? She wasn't cognizant. I mean, she was around, but she wasn't.
If you got the right people, they're gonna make you cognizant. Our grandmother voted, and she was. Listen, our grandmother had Alzheimer's, and she voted for the first time in her life when she was in a nursing home.
Oh.
The first thing she never.
Oh, because she was a witness too, though.
No, but that ain't.
No, witnesses don't vote.
But listen.
Yeah, witnesses don't vote.
True, but I don't even want to get into that whole story because my grandmother was a whole Jehovah's Witness and she was buried in the Baptist church. But I'm not even going to get into that.
Cupcake.
But yeah, let's go on. But Aunt Viola never missed an election because she understood her duty.
All right, so how about let's lighten it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And let's with 3 fun facts about voting. Fun fact 1. Mm-hmm. In ancient Greece, voting wasn't just a right, but a requirement.
Ancient Greece was the truth, y'all.
Yeah, citizens would gather in public spaces, and those who didn't participate could be fined. Wow.
Come on.
Fun fact 2. Did you know that voting machines were first used in 1892 in Lockport, New York?
Really?
Imagine the technology they used back then compared to today. I'm sure that was a trip.
Whole kiki.
And fun fact number 3, in some countries like Australia, voting is compulsory. If you don't vote, you're fined. And it's one way to ensure people are engaged in their civic duty.
That's interesting stuff. Really, I'm here for that. Mm-hmm. It really puts things in perspective. We've come a long way in how voting is approached around the world.
Yeah, we really have. So, let's talk about
why voting is important for everyone.
For all of our listeners out there, I want to emphasize voting is not only about choosing a candidate, it's about showing up for issues that affect you and your loved ones. Healthcare, education, criminal justice reform, climate change.
Exactly. I want to talk about the ballot in New York, but for those who feel that their right to vote doesn't matter, remember that elections can be won by a handful of votes. History has shown that close races can be decided by just a few people who decided to show up.
So let's talk about the polls in New York.
Our ballot in New York had it was first of all, it was 2 pages long, and
what?
Yes, 2 pages long, and it had a lot of questions, about the budget and how things should be allocated, and you really had to. It took a long time to really get through because, first of all, I didn't have any glasses and could not see, so I'm in there like squinting and scrolling and trying to figure stuff out. But those questions, the questions on your ballot are just as important as the candidates. You really need to take a look and answer your questions because that's where the change comes in your community. All right, so let's see. That's done. And there was something else that I wanted to say.
Okay.
Before we Oh yeah. Okay. So they're burning ballot boxes. I've heard they're burning ballot boxes. So this election is already set up to be challenged. It's already set up to be challenged. They're going to challenge the and these are the actions of the losing team.
Well, I feel like he did it the last time too.
Well, it was a whole nother thing the last time.
What's his name? He had the guy. What's the crazy guy's name? That's his friend. They said he helped him rig the polls. What's the psycho man? Putin.
Well, listen. The insurrection, January 6th, that was the retaliation. And I've heard he promises civil unrest if he's not elected this time. So this is just sour grapes and a whole tantrum to be thrown.
He's like a sport.
But listen, I don't know how many more people are willing to die and go to jail for him.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to jail because I don't like the way they cook food. So
I want my food.
I like opening and closing doors when I like to, and I like going to the bathroom when I want to.
I want to eat what I want to cook. What I want to eat.
Ain't nobody willing to give up all that for him.
I got
Child,
respect.
bye.
I got plenty of respect for
baby. Bye.
For life, for real.
All right, let's get it going because we're gonna fall behind.
Yeah, we always do. But let's not forget, every vote is a piece of the bigger picture. Our communities need representation. The more of us who show up, the more powerful our voices become.
Listen, and before your closing remarks, I want to say that I ran for city council on the ticket in my hometown in 1997. And my aunt voted for me. I'm like, that really...
Oh, man, he's been so emotional. He's been so emotional. Oh. Wait, you did what?
My auntie voted for me in an election. She cast her vote for me.
Of course, why wouldn't she?
I know, but I'm wild all tight because Quincy Jones died, y'all. I'm like,
gosh, yes, we didn't even talk about celebrity news. He's been very emotional. We're doing a lot of him. This podcast, it's not even just him. This podcast is time out, but it's also to help heal us. It's really a place for us to help heal ourselves, So I'm loving that, the transparency is coming through. And guys, we're here for you. We're here for you. We are here because we're
gonna have resources for you, and
I'm sitting at home on a grind, so I'm doing all kinds of. I have nothing but time to just find out different stuff and just.
And listen, I'm gonna be testing these resources first because I need all of them.
Yeah.
So I would never ask you to do something that I haven't already done.
Absolutely.
Because I need grief counseling. I need all kinds of things.
Grief counseling is very necessary. We spoke about that last time. And so many times people just really go through life and just like put these, put that on the back and just keep it with that bag. And before you know it, you two bottles down.
We're actually showing up to support a family in Dover, Delaware on Wednesday who suffered a loss. And I don't look forward to it at all.
That's mental health, and the whole thing.
But you got to show up for people, even when you're not well. You still got to show up for people and show your support because what Pastor Gibson used to say, today is their day, but tomorrow might be yours.
That's right. And in the grand scheme of things, what we think we going through is not even can't even touch what they're going through.
Absolutely.
Like. This young lady was shot and killed by her baby's dad. 30 years old, shot 3 times in the back of her head by this man who wanted to have control of her. And when he was no longer to control that narrative, he made his own narrative. But the spin on it is he's a whole psychopath. He has a whole degree in criminal justice degree. So he knows how cops work and told them that he had planned on doing this and they won't find out because he knows how to make things go away.
Listen.
I say this to say it's a lot. This is a lot of layers because it's a lot of layers. It's a lot of layers, period. It's a lot of, and as weird as it may sound, I was telling a person we got to pray for him.
Yeah. Because
that is a groomed behavior. And that's a diabolical psychopath.
I wonder
that was groomed.
What kind of upbringing did he suffer?
Well, they said his father had a rap sheet. I'm a Google him. That his father had a rap sheet. He has a rap sheet also. So it's a groomed behavior, and we can sit and talk about why did she stay? She tried to get away.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, but that's why. You never they weren't together. He was living with one of his other baby mothers. They wasn't even together.
So I'm gonna be a whole mess. I'm a little afraid to go because I know who I am, and you just saw a little bit of who I am. So I don't even know this woman, but I'm gonna be a hot mess. They might have to carry me out
I'll
like
call for
like
some
they.
Xanax.
Please do, because listen, they may have to carry me out this church like they just pronounced my mama dead in the emergency room.
Don't do that. We're gonna make sure you have some Xanax.
Thank you, because, whew.
Yeah, I'll call tomorrow for some.
Thank you so much.
Because we have to drive down there. I was
Yeah.
thinking we'll talk about that.
All right. We missed entertainment.
So we got to talk about Quincy. We didn't talk about Quincy or Puffy. How did I forget? Oh, I got to talk about my hot topics here too.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna go back to voting. It's all about voting. You know, we want everybody to make sure that you are voting, and we encourage you that you do that. But we're gonna close that for now.
Okay.
All right. So I wanted to let's give a shout out one time for Quincy Jones, the icon, the legend.
I wish we could do the applause thing.
Oh, we can.
Normally, yeah, because listen,
I learned how to do it.
we need to give Quincy a standing ovation because listen, this man has his music. He spans 6 decades, not 7. I was off. 6 decades of American music. He's been present for 6 decades of American music. Because I was wondering how the likes of Diddy gets in a room with the likes of Quincy. And, you know, I have to defer to the fact my sister had to check me because without Diddy, listen, the last 30 years would have been crap without 90s R&B. So I have to give that to him.
That's right. You gotta give him that.
I gotta give him that because listen, 90s R&B is everything to me to this day. You put on an SWV playlist and let it go, and I can listen to 90s R&B all day long and be all right.
How come it's not doing it?
So this is not doing the girl. Don't even worry about that because I'm on my feet with Quincy right now. So are you. We have to be. Quincy has worked in every genre of music. Gospel, jazz, big bands, soundtracks. I mean, anybody who saw Ray understands that, you know, he was out on the road at 13 years old playing the trumpet.
Rest in peace, Quincy. But you know, too, it makes now not to take anything from Quincy at all.
Of course
but
not.
Puffy has dabbled over into alcohol, clothing, so
Sex
that makes
trafficking.
selling drugs,
but
pandering.
Listen,
That's
and
all.
I'm not saying that none of this went on during Quincy's time.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
them people had discretion.
Listen,
They never forgot who they were and what they were in the eyes of the greater society.
This is and this brings me up to Jay-Z has that song on 444.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Still Nigga, and it talks about in there how OJ thought that OJ's not. He said OJ's.
He was the
OJ.
juice, baby.
And at the end of the day, OJ is still a nigga, and Puffy's the same way. Like I could
listen.
They said a few years ago
when that boy said he was Kablasian, and you a nigga in Alabama.
But a few years ago, Quincy started talking and stuff like that, and it was very clear that stuff was going on back then. But like you said, it's just how you do things.
There was discretion, and it a lot of that had to do with like bisexuality and fluidity.
Yep. But
and,
I didn't know
nobody
Clive came
cares
out
about that now.
I didn't know Clive came out the closet and said he was bisexual.
You did.
And he's had a relationship with a man for years.
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
I don't be
Girl,
caring about
listen,
that.
Clive screams to me. He screams Truman Capote. Whenever he opens his mouth, listen.
Hey, cousin Kyra, what's up?
Oh my God! Hey! Oh my God! Where's your mama at?
Yeah, where your mama at? Tell your mama to come here. Tell your mama to come over here.
Tell her I want that picture of us in Philadelphia. I need that picture for my wall.
Put a picture up.
I don't care if she put a picture up of her because I know Jeanette is vain. She is so vain.
Creepy. Put the picture of Chicago up. Put an old picture up. Put something up. It's creepy.
Right, true. But listen, in my train of thought, there it's gone.
Yeah, but Quincy and
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, like I was saying, it's about fluidity and sexuality, and you know, there's a lot more flexibility in that now. So they felt all right coming out and talking about it. But there was some greater shit going on. Trust me.
Listen,
they were selling drugs. They were selling women.
This is it's all biblical. There is nothing new under the sun.
Ray Charles was shooting himself with heroin, and he was blind.
And he was blind. How about that?
Come on now.
How about that?
And you got to hear the interview with Ed Bradley when he talks about it. Ed Bradley's like, well, you did heroin. He's like, why'd you do that? He said, because I liked it. And then brother said, well, why'd you stop? He said, because I ain't like it no more.
That part. All right, Bert, love you. I mean, like, your time is over. Shit. Over it.
Yeah, listen, there's a time for everything.
There's a time for everything.
Under the heavens, honey.
So they're saying too with Diddy. You know, some people they got people are leaking stuff. They're leaking audio. It was definitely him. They trying to say it was him and I think that dude's name is Gunna Boy, some African boy. But you hear Diddy saying, "Don't restrain from me." That's what he was saying.
We have been some places and done some things and seen some things, and we learned early on that you don't ever create a paper trail or leave a paper trail of these things.
Like, that's the dumbest shit in the world. He be like,
don't make no videos about.
He takes your phones. He takes your phones.
Yeah, but
when you
listen,
come in. But you got your
one
videos.
of them is gonna get through.
His stuff got through. His own stuff.
Listen,
his old stuff.
The lines of defense are very flimsy to me. All of them. I mean, I think at the top is the NDA. But y'all, I'll break an NDA.
No, they said that's another thing too. They said NDAs don't count the minute there is a crime involved.
See, I'm like, I'm not.
They're already.
I knew. But see, before I knew that, I already knew an NDA was something I was gonna break because there's a check. And
it's a check is your life.
Listen.
I can't. I'm ready for this cat. I scratch myself.
Oh, girl.
Well, I still had that chicken pox down there.
I see.
That's scary.
I
had that chicken pox. I just scratched it.
The NDA, and then don't give me on no verbal stuff. Because listen, you can we'll go to court, and you can bring me any book you want me to swear on. But I already know what I'm gonna say. So it's
me. I ain't gonna say that. The book does me. I love the Bible.
Listen,
I love the Bible.
I've hidden enough word in my heart, so I'm good.
That's just another book that they wrote.
All day.
A good book that they wrote.
All day. So
I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody.
But listen, that word has carried me through.
Oh, yes, good. Just like any other book has carried you through.
No, listen.
The
Catcher in the Rye has not carried me through the way the Bible has.
Yeah. Okay. I was giving that too much credit.
Yeah, come on now.
So let's move into more entertainment. Mm-hmm. And we talked about this the other day when we was live, where Apple gave Lauryn Hill the album of all time. Of all time.
Above Thriller, which I'm like, okay. And Thriller was not my favorite Michael Jackson album.
No, my other one was, I love that other one too.
Off the Wall was Michael Jackson's better album.
That's my favorite album.
That's baby.
That's my favorite album.
And if you hear me, I want to hear you because that is everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from Thriller because it touched people and took them places. But come on, rock with you. Yeah. Rock with you.
Which one was my lady in my life?
Lady in My Life.
That was on it. Yeah.
Can't Help It. Can't Help It was written by another song written by Stevie Wonder and Suze Green. She's one of the latter Supremes. That song is fire.
Yeah.
So
Wait, who just messy? Who we just talking? Nene said, my girl, she just messy.
Lauren.
Oh yes,
it's gotta be Lauren.
Yeah.
I thought she was talking about Mariah Carey because listen. I've gotten from credible sources that back in the day, Mariah was that girl. I ain't gonna say what she did because I don't want to be open for any litigation or stuff like that. But they said Mariah was the good time girl.
Oh, really?
Yes. And this is from a credible source. I ain't naming names.
Listen.
I know people.
It could be true. I'm not saying, but just like last week, somebody was like, "Did such and such used to mess with such and such?" Nope. Not that I know, and I would know that. So,
okay.
People, things happen. People say stuff.
But let's move on to Beauty and Black.
Oh yes, Beauty and Black. I have one here too. So let's talk about Beauty and Black. We'll go back to that too.
Okay.
So who has watched Beauty and Black?
Anybody? Because listen.
Did he say Mariah still is a good time girl?
But listen, honey, she's waiting for Christmas because she knows that check is coming.
Listen, and that's all she. Is that the only concert she does every year?
Listen, that's it. She ain't got to open her mouth until Christmas, and really.
I don't want to love for, and that's her song.
Exactly. The royalties alone will keep them kids. The royalties alone are gonna keep her great
I'm gonna say
grandkids
her
in college.
honey. That's generational wealth.
And I love her for that.
Yeah, I love Mimi. So let's talk about Beauty and the Black. Who has seen Beauty and the Black?
Well, I watched one episode.
Nobody's over here, but you only watched one?
I watched one episode.
I'm already
but
done.
that first episode, I saw nothing implausible. He was not Tyler Perry.
I told you.
The things that I saw in that first episode have happened. I know these things have Listen, I've been some places that good Baptist boys should not be in. And apparently so has Tyler. If he didn't, he must have hired great consultants. Because first of all, the people in Chicago, they were like, "Oh, he doing hotel room BBL."
That's happening right in Atlanta.
Thank you.
I know a girl.
Right here in New York.
I know a girl right now. I got a homegirl right now.
And granted, the girl that I know, hers did not go bad.
Hers, I got a homegirl right now that's bad on her butt, and she can't even get it done because the scar tissue has took over so bad, and they don't know about the downtime. She can't even get it done, and sometimes she's in so much pain.
Well, the girl I know in New York who had it done in the hotel, she's good.
Some people do.
Yeah, but it's hit or miss. You know,
I ain't getting
no.
No.
You know, back in the day, me and Crofton used to joke about going to Dominican Republic for lipo. But I don't know about that either. Cause
I would.
But somebody we know went somewhere for veneers.
Well, what's the name? I got friends. Two of my Brazilian friends. Mm-hmm. They said we can go to Brazil. My friend said my other foot needs to happen in Brazil.
Well, honey, the last thing I need is a butt lift, so I'll figure out what.
I had my one friend. She got her teeth done. She got her. She got like what would it cost? Probably like $2,000 worth of Botox for like $600.
Wow.
Yeah, she got a lot of stuff done. They get but it's like that for Mexico too. They said you go to Mexico and get your teeth done, or what's the other place too? Turkey. They said Turkey. Go to Turkey and get everything done.
I think I would go to Mexico for pharmaceuticals before anything.
I don't know though. Well, yeah, because they got pharmacies. Them pharmacies is on every corner too, but they not always.
But because Mexico is still that place that they do a great drug trade. I would go there for some drugs if I had to choose something. But remember, food is always my drug of choice. but yeah, because the cartels, they're far-reaching. They're reaching out into the community. I think they're down at the corner, but I ain't gonna say that too loud because I don't want nobody trying to blow up the house.
Nope.
I'm still trying to live a good life, and I mind my business.
Well,
trust
I
me.
mean, it's all alleged. I told my brother earlier,
right.
It's a new Mexican. It's two Mexican restaurants per corner. I feel like in Long Branch. I'm like, and they're always like they're busy. How is not that many? And people don't eat that much Mexican food. It's got to be at the cartel cover up here.
Listen, I said down here at the corner, either they got a fortune teller in the back or somebody's selling women upstairs because
they always be lit though.
Right.
They be
but they close early. They close at a reasonable hour, which I appreciate because if they had stuff going on like that all day, and it's always kind of quiet when I go in there. Whenever I've gone in there, it's always kind of quiet.
If you go in there lunchtime, it'll be lit.
But they don't speak no English. They speak in no English.
They know.
They speak in no English. I think they had one little girl in there who was in high school. Clearly,
the daughter speaks English.
And but I love to see people on there. I love seeing people on there come up. I appreciate it. I mean, I don't care what culture they are. As long as they cool with me, I'm cool with them. And I have no issue with the brown people to the south because this is their land.
Yeah, it's all our land.
They are Native Americans. No, it's not our land.
You're right.
It's our land because we built it.
Yeah.
But we're trespassers. But if your ancestors had to cross water to get here, you're trespassing.
Yeah.
That's plain and simple.
It's so funny you talk about indigenous people. That's another one I wanted to talk about. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Ooh.
Martin Scorsese did that. I just realized Martin Scorsese did that movie too.
He's the truth.
Yeah, he's the truth. So
him and Oliver Stone be busting you upside the head over this shit.
So that is really important for us to see. That is basically, I'm gonna do a spoiler alert. It's a movie about them trying to kill off the Osage tribe. They're like they were the richest people per capita back in their day. They pushed them. The white people pushed them west, out the way, pushed them west, and the land that they put them on ended up having oil, which made them rich. But of course, white people do what they do. They had to come in not want to see nobody happy,
Right.
and just take it.
Right.
You know,
just
take it.
Genocide is
yeah, they definitely. It was so hard to watch. It's like so hard to watch. It's just like
really.
And then it's like and then take me right back to the 2025 thing where it says they want to get rid of all woke material. It's like it's so like y'all really find out how bad y'all are and y'all trying to hide it.
And you're saying the name of the tribe was Osage?
Yeah. Osage.
That's interesting because there was an incident in Philly where they blew up a neighborhood. I forget what it was. I don't know. It might have been like a self-sustaining neighborhood in
what, like Black Wall Street? They blew it up too.
No, it wasn't that. It was just like I feel like I don't know if there was, but it's a book that I read in college, and Osage Avenue was this area where people were like, they were kind of on their own and resistant to the police. I don't know. Somebody had to go in there, but anyway, they blew the shit up.
Well, they had it. It's cause when the FBI. I'm doing too much more. When the FBI showed up, they were like, "What you doing here? Like, this is Indian land." Like, but it's the federal government. Like, no.
If anyone can remember, I'm gonna have to ask Lisa, my good girlfriend Lisa Orlando, one time. I think I'm not sure if we took this class together, but it was it a John Edgar Wideman novel? I don't know. I'm gonna look it up when I get off here and figure out what it was. But Osage Avenue was the avenue in Philly. My son Marcus would know. He would know because he's
they were the most wealthy tribe per capita.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's something that we all can see. Like I said, it was very uncomfortable. It's 3 hours long. It was so uncomfortable to watch, especially too because it's a true story. Mm-hmm. It's based on a true story, and Robert De Niro was in there too. And Robert De Niro plays the main character, which is a diabolical white man that is acting like he loves the Osage people, but then he's planning to he's killing them, having them killed behind their backs. And he played it so good. I was like, Portia, I don't like him right now. Like, I can't stand him. Now, he did his job though.
Now, if the Pilgrims sat down to celebrate the first Thanksgiving with the indigenous people, as I was taught, they poisoned them.
They did, yeah, yeah. They had it, and they was calling it to.
Thanksgiving.
What the hell was they calling it? Something like the wasting disease. And they was poisoning him. And that lady, it's such.
And these people were supposed to be Puritans. I mean, how do you justify killing people and you still love the Lord? I am not with it at all. It's like.
Which brings you right back to the Bible. That they constructed in their form to brainwash us. Oh, I'm sounding like a whole advocate. Sing. Sound just like Hadassah over here. Sing.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord. What's her name? Because I have to say her name.
I'm gonna add her on this too when I say.
I have to say her name. I have to speak her name. It's so important to speak people's names.
It is.
And the Black Lady Sketch Show, the creator of Black Lady Sketch Show is. Hey Siri, who's the creator of Black Lady Sketch Show?
Oh, Issa Rae.
She's the executive producer. She's not the creator.
The season 1 director is Diane Bates.
Okay.
From
okay, I understand that, Siri. But who is who replaced the character of Hadassah on Black Lady Sketch Show? Are you thinking, Siri?
Let me see.
See, this is why. See. Siri, who plays the character of Dr. Hadassah on Black Lady Sketch Show?
Feed also brings back her character of Dr. Hadassah Alienka Ali Youngman, an academic, whose Black history comes off as reductive and overbearing. She gets the first sketch of the season that clearly illustrates even a pandemic can't stop her from speaking what she believes is the truth. Dr. Hadassah later returns with actress Gabrielle Union for a hilarious back and forth, as the guest star strains to emulate the person her doctor pushes her to become.
That's her.
This answer is from
Robin Thede, yes. This girl is brilliant. And she's fascinating because her mother is apparently a congresswoman. and her father is German. German. So I knew when I first saw her that
That's
she
Dr.
had.
Hadassah, right?
I said she's got a white parent.
See.
See. Yes.
That's a bad picture. She's gorgeous.
She
too.
is amazing. She's a beautiful girl.
She's beautiful.
And
I'm in love with that
I
show.
knew Hadassah back in the 80s, because I grew up around, there were a lot of 5%ers in Asbury when I was buying weed back in the day off DeWitt Avenue.
Oh, Nene Lee said it was a black neighborhood in West Philly.
Yes. Everybody
get you on
Nene Lee,
Nene
honey.
Lee.
Get you one.
Yo, she be on it.
I live.
Yes, I love it. She be on it.
But I knew Hadassah, and I actually went to high school with Hadassah. These women who were the property of these men were called Earths, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I knew when I love her to this day. I have not seen her in years, but she was Shahrazad.
So was the Earths that are like the queens become no?
Yes.
The queens Earths.
Listen, I don't. I wish we had somebody here who could speak to it. Where's your guy?
You're right. I mean, Earth is. They call her Earth because she bears babies, and then the queen is like what he refers to her as.
Female.
So I would say I would say girlfriend and like wife.
Right.
But Earth is
you gotta watch Black Lady Sketch Show and watch Dr. Hadassah's Career Day episode at the school, because it's everything. Then you get to meet her friend, her boyfriend, her god, Supreme Ramik.
Yo, I love that show. I love it so much. So check that out too. But did we finish talking about Beauty and the Black?
We did not. We did not. But,
So this is where,
we did say that he wasn't Tyler Perry.
So this is what I think. This is what I feel like Tyler did. I feel like because Tyler Perry be Tyler, and he has his own. To me, this is my logic.
Okay.
He has his own way of how he wants his actors to act. And you see that all through. He has heard the backlash about these bad wigs and how these people act terrible. And he said, and people are probably calling him, oh, he don't know what he's doing. He can't. So I feel like watching Beauty and the Black made me feel like, oh, Tyler said, let me show y'all I know how to direct
I know how to do something.
And these wigs ain't always going to be bad.
But
Because that girl's hair was
girl. She was laid right. It was
oh,
laid right. Her hair was laid like.
I feel like he would just like shut people down.
Honey, her hair was laid like a virgin on prom night.
Hey
You hear
nephew,
me?
I miss you. Is that Jeff? Is that no? That's not nephew Jared.
Oh, okay.
Who's JD Red?
But anyway, this girl's her hair was laid like a virgin on
Peace of
prom
God.
night. It was everything.
It was beautiful. So, but it was good.
And I'm gonna say it again. Nothing that I saw in that first episode was implausible to me. Nothing. So and that's a big step for Tyler. That's a huge step for Tyler. Because listen, I always get to a place in every Tyler Perry production where I can no longer suspend disbelief.
You just be sitting there waiting for it. I mean, the last one he just did.
It was 11 minutes in. I'm like, when they pulled the body from the casket, that's a whole crime.
That's a whole.
No. So he gave me a little bit of hope with this,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna continue watching it. It's gonna take me a while because I'm still apprehensive and I still don't trust him.
Well,
but I love him for employing my
nothing to
friends.
I was laid up. I had nothing to do.
I
watched
him.
all of it in between.
I love Tyler Perry because he gives my friends work.
He does. He gives people a job.
Shout out to Kenawan. He
One
gives my friends work, and I love to see my friends working. But we gotta go.
We're supposed to be wrapping this. Oh, keep it for. I mean, we are talking though. We're engaged.
Right, we are engaged, but still.
Yeah, I want to, but I just want.
In order for us to stay this long, we need somebody to call in.
I want to talk about. No, I want to talk about that. Speaking of Tyler Perry, he was in. I watched Gone Girl. He was a lawyer in Gone Girl. But what I was saying about Gone Girl, like y'all might have heard me say before that when I had the girl was like, "What are you getting therapy for?" And I'm like, "Girl, your parents have messed you up and don't mean to." Gone Girl is the epitome of that. Her parents really try to create like a better life for her. And they told her that girl was so crazy. She was the epitome of a psycho. If y'all have not seen Gone Girl, go see it.
Well, did you see 6 Feet Under?
That show?
Yeah.
Wasn't that
about the funeral home on HBO?
Oh, yeah, black people on there, right? The black people?
No, the white people owned it, but the white guy had a black partner
I have
who played Keith on All My Children. Remember Keith the cop?
Oh no, I didn't never see that.
Okay, well, anyway, there was the character of Brenda. Her parents were psychologists, and she was like a case study for them. She was real messed up, real messed up. And these were psychologists.
And they was probably thinking that they was gonna make it right.
Right. They were trying to create this. Her and her brother, they had this incestuous thing going on. It was weird.
He said bet money. No. Medea didn't make she didn't. Medea hasn't made.
And that was my question. Was Gone Girl a Tyler Perry movie?
No.
Because I don't like Tyler Perry movies with Tyler Perry in them. I only like Medea, and I speak as if they're two different people because they are.
I was gonna say they are two different people. They are. No, he was Tyler. He didn't do. I want to say I looked it up and he did not.
Yeah. I'm not interested in Tyler Perry as an actor.
You ain't seen it.
I'm only interested in Medea.
Yeah, I definitely prefer Medea over Tyler.
Yeah, because Medea, I can relate to Medea. I know Medea. Medea helped raise me.
Yeah. But I seen it. I said, "Oh my God, this is mental. This is mental health."
Yes, absolutely.
I also watched. I had plenty. Clearly, I had nothing but time to watch.
Listen, and I was bringing her snacks in between, so it's all.
But I watched. If no one has, if you haven't yet, go watch the Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. I want to see that.
It's so
I want to
good.
see that. I do.
I love
we
it.
need to refresh our drinks?
No.
Okay, I think I need to refresh mine.
This is about to be over.
Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna refresh mine because I'm feeling good.
She's so transparent in here, and before I seen this, I just thought Meg was just like, and it's a shame. It's a shame that I did that. It's a shame that I did that.
But we make assumptions based on what we don't know.
Yeah, I just felt like she was just Wonder Woman. No. So to see her that vulnerable was just like.
Listen, and this is the problem with black men looking for women or wives, because they look for a woman who's like their mother.
Right.
Who's talked about that? You have to let your son see you vulnerable because they're going out looking for this woman who takes care of everything and makes sure everything is done, and you're not going to find her.
And then it's going to be like, you ain't. They're going to start
the
abusing
minute
her.
she cries or shows some vulnerability, they're going to be like, bitch, you ain't nobody.
I got to go find somebody like my mama.
Right, and not understanding that they mama cried many a night.
Come on, Nene Lee. Angela Jolie was the producer of Gone Girl.
Come on. That's our producer. That is our producer.
Yep.
We just got to be able to pay her. That is our producer.
Yep. As soon as we get paid, she'll get paid. She'll be the first person to get paid after we get paid. Absolutely. So check that out. I was sitting there like, yo, she was a psycho. She was a psycho. No, that was Gone Girl, but Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion got real transparent about the whole situation with Tory Lane and how that really sent her into a mental overload. She went to a mental facility for 2 weeks, but then she went ahead and stayed for 4 weeks. And when she came out, she was able to actually deal with the whole situation. But
that's amazing.
It was really good to watch, and it was on for like 2 hours. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch an hour because I had to get back to my class. I was just like, no, I'm about to watch this whole thing. I couldn't stop.
You know what I would love to see? I would love to see.
It was good.
I would love to see a Cardi documentary.
Oh yeah, it's gonna come. I'm sure.
Because listen, the way she went off on that Offset, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I want to know that clearly this girl is confident.
Oh God,
she has no
and she always
issues about who she is.
She always has been like that.
She
since
does
we
not
seen
attach
her
self-esteem and self-worth to a man.
Soon as we seen her,
I love that for her.
She's been like that since we seen her
on Love and Hip Hop.
Yep.
Yeah, girl, listen.
She's been the same way. She's been the exact same way.
And I love her for that because I have a friend who attached all her self-esteem and self-worth to a man. Yeah. And the minute he left, she fell to pieces. Yeah. And and I feel like a little deceived now because I didn't think she was that girl. She didn't give me the impression that she was that girl. And I still love her and I want the best for her, but I don't see the change in her that I think is going to make a difference. And
well, she needs therapy first of all.
Right, and a whole lot.
And her therapy is not going to be logical. She doesn't take accountability for anything. So she will go into therapy living a lie.
Yeah.
So that's going to take and who knows if that ever.
I don't think it can. I think she's so deep in it.
Yeah. She's gone.
So deep in it now, and it hurts my heart because I know she's an amazing person.
Absolutely.
And
right?
I know that she has so much to offer the world. But
all you can do is pray for her.
I do.
You can't stress her with nothing that you can't put your hands on.
I really do, but I just it bothers me that I can't take her calls.
No, you'll get there. So Nene is asking if Meg set Tori up. No. So they actually were messing around.
Okay.
Can you scratch my back right here?
Girl, you know what? You're a mess.
A little bit.
Right there. I knew that was the spot. I knew it. I knew it, girl. Okay.
I can't get to it. So.
Your grandmother used to ask me to do
that. Meg and Tori were really good friends. And then I guess like on a couple of drunk nights they had sex.
I know it was good too.
But the friend, she brought her friend in after her mom died. She brought her friend in to basically be her assistant.
Mistake number 3.
And the friend and Tori started having a relationship, and they was drunk one night at Kendall Jenner's house. And that night they was drunk, and this is right after George Floyd got killed or whatever. So you know the height.
The perfect storm.
Yeah, the height of the police was just like a lot going on. So they're arguing. They stop the car. She gets out. Then they, got back in the car. And she's still, at first she's not telling you what they're arguing for. What they're arguing about. So they're arguing, they kept arguing. She got out again. So she said something to him that emasculated him. And if you're listening, you can know. She emasculated him.
And he did a Chris Brown on her?
He said, no, he did a Eddie Murphy on her. Dance, bitch! And started shooting. And shot her on her foot.
Shit.
So she is.
Should have done a Chris Brown.
Yeah. He should
have done a Chris Brown. He could have recovered from that.
No, yeah, but so once he shoots her, he realizes that he shot her, and he's like, oh my God. They start getting paranoid, and he's like, don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing, nigga. You shot me.
Yeah, well, no, she wasn't going to say nothing, because she was like, listen, she said, the way the police came down and to make sure she shows the video. She shows the video of them. All she got was a little old bathing suit with her big old body.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Thong,
Oh, my God.
Suit. They got them out. They got her like on the ground. She bleeding.
My God.
She lies, and she said, because she said she don't. She started talking about Sandra Bland. She like the height of the police is too much.
That might have saved her life.
So she said they did. I'll tell you the truth. So she said they asked her, well, what happened? We was arguing. I got out and I was dancing. I stepped on some glass.
Oh, Jesus.
So they took her to the hospital, and that's what she was going with until the doctor came out with the police there, and he said, what was your story?
Now that.
And she said it again, and he said, well, ma'am, you have bullet fragments in your foot.
That's a ride or die right there. Yep. That's a ride or die.
And she still wasn't saying.
That's a ride or die.
She still wasn't saying nothing about him until he was really acting like this ain't never happened.
Oh,
and then the friend is mad at her because the friend is like, oh, you messing with my man behind my back?
Jesus.
So the friend is mad at her, and her and Tori over there lip popping hella shit. Tori over here making videos.
Girl, this is a movie.
But Meg Thee Stallion cutting up legs.
This is a whole movie.
This tormenting her. So she like, oh, you know.
My glasses.
That's your brother. So she like, oh, that's what you want to do? And then that's when she told on him. That's what she told on him. And her and the friend, they still not friends. They still not friends.
They don't need to be. Listen, that ain't your friend.
No.
Everybody ain't your friend. I wish we could show that picture today that we got. He ain't got no friends. Our mother.
That was so bad.
Our mother used to.
Oh my God.
My mother would see a girl looking toe up, or anybody just looking toe up, just out in the street, just living their best life, and she'd be like, "That girl ain't got no friends."
That's the first thing I said when I seen this picture. I was like, "She ain't got no friends." Like that picture is appalling. It scared me.
Listen, but she looks good. No, I'm be like Aunt Sarah would come.
Oh, yeah.
In. That girl looked good.
She do not look good with that.
But after
that
I mute the
hair.
hair, she looks good. She looks good because she's not a young chicken, honey. She's up there in age.
She ain't never been cute to me.
No, listen, that girl looked good.
Okay.
If
you say that.
My Aunt Sarah, her mouth was so slick.
Oh, in the sweetest way. She was like a bottle of syrup.
But my grandfather's cousin Ada, she wasn't an attractive girl. God bless her, she was as sweet as she could be.
I think that when I first seen her, that was the ugliest person I had seen in my life. So, I had seen her when I was a little girl, but that was my first time.
But she could dress. She like when she went to church, she first lady dressed.
Honey.
And she was an usher at First Church in Somerset. So she was very proud of that. She said, I don't go to Tabernacle. She said, I go to First Church.
I love her.
So
I love her one time for cousin.
Baby, so Lord, somebody commented on how she didn't look good. And Sarah said,
that girl look good. That girl look good. Yo,
you had to see her back in the day.
She was waiting too. She was waiting for it to come out. I remember how it was. I was sitting here. She was sitting there. I remember. That girl look good. I remember.
Oh my God.
I remember like it was yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember.
And it feels like it was yesterday.
Yep.
But Ada's the one who told us the story about how you knew there's a bear shit in the woods. Well, they used to go to the bathroom in the woods. And I don't know, did she tell me that? Did Mom tell me that? Anyway, she said you knew you had reached the place where you went to the bathroom when you saw the balled up Montgomery Ward catalog paper on the ground because that's what they used to wipe their hands.
We have so much to be grateful for. We have so much to be grateful for.
Oh God. Oh God. Lord, make it stop.
All right, so wait, before we close,
yes.
I just want to go and I want to bring this up too. It's been the LA riots. It's been about
30-something years.
Yeah, 30-something years. I was watching something again. Yes, thank you God for grace. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I was watching the documentary on the LA riots then and now. So they were showing people that
you've been getting your viewing in, girl.
Huh?
You've been getting your viewing in.
I have. But they've been showing. I fell asleep on it right before they had just beat up Rodney Denny. I think that man's name.
Reginald
Denny. They had just beat him up and helped him get out of there.
Come on, show your face. Come on, please. Ah.
He's always gonna be that person in the background. He's not about that life.
But I love my baby brother.
But so they were showing basically if you were not black that day, you were, and then
you caught them hands.
The police got him out of there. The police, they left him. There was no order because when the police came in, they started terrorizing them. They was trying to show them like they were trying to buck up. And they was like, not today.
Listen, because LA, they have a notorious reputation for police brutality.
Yeah. Oh, honey, they had time that day. So it got bad. The chief pulled the people out. They told him he told the police to come out.
What was his name? That chief. I can almost remember his name.
He
was an asshole.
He ordered them out, and after he ordered them out,
hey Siri, who was the chief of police?
They started.
LA
that's when all the looting started, and like I said,
Daryl Gates.
If you were not black that day, if you were Mexican. Mexicans they showed a Mexican family, a husband and a wife that had got beat up that day. They showed them then and now. One of the guys that was doing the beating up, they showed that they had the cameras of him beating up and showed him then and now.
And listen, and the people of LA were fed all the way up.
And this girl, I forgot her name. God forgive her name. The little black girl who just got the Korean, she went to the Korean store and the lady just shot her.
Now.
It shows in the camera where the little girl turned around and she shot her. She shot her in the back. So that had just happened too. So they started going over, honey, the people started going over Koreatown. And, honey, they was on some old buck.
Listen.
The Koreans said, the police won't come in. So they basically, the one guy they showed the video, he had guns in both hands. He was,
And there's no stopping the gang of ninjas when they want to come.
No. But listen, I guess they said, "Oh, they ain't no punks," because they said they had to. They didn't care the police was not coming. But I want to say the third day in, that's when they was able to get the National Guard there. But it was havoc.
And you know, I really think I would have liked to have been there during that time.
Why?
Because I need to see us take back some shit sometimes. Because
right.
I
got
feel,
great joy watching it on TV.
And it's a shame I have to feel that way, but I was magical and mystical for so long, and just really took a lot of shit.
You still mystical?
I'm mystical. I'm not magical anymore. I'm not trying to make anybody feel good about themselves. But I was magical for a long time, and I allow people to say some things, and not really do some things, but to say some things. I really feel like I needed to slap a few people because, but I used to get my digs in because I used to insult people at their dinner tables and they didn't know what I was saying.
You still be talking slick. Justice Joy was the girl's name. Thanks, Nene Lee, the little girl that got shot.
Right. Oh God, but listen,
they was over the Koreans.
Oh, but I love to see us take back our power.
Yeah.
Because we built this whole thing
for free.
And, if you didn't want us here, you should have sent us back when you were done with this.
You just should have left us there.
And none of those people are here anymore. None of those people remain that should have sent us back. But, their ancestors are here.
But you still got
to talk about something. Shit.
They still go back to, I'm from here.
Right. Listen.
I can't go, if I go to Africa, I don't know what the hell to do.
Listen, I'm going to find a way.
No. So this is the thing about black people. We always find a way. Even when we was emancipated, we had nothing. They left. We left with nothing. And they were so mad when we came up.
And listen, emancipation was not that long ago in the grand scheme of things.
No, it's not. It's not. It's definitely not in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things. No. So, if you wonder why this shit is fresh, it's fresh because it's fresh.
It's fresh.
My grandmother picked cotton.
Yeah.
Okay? And I feel a way about that.
And
I'm laughing, but I feel a way about that.
That thing I was just talking about, that flower thing. That man just died in sometime 1900.
American patriotism is steeped in genocide.
Yeah.
I ain't no patriot.
I don't want to come across as doctor. Say. I don't want to come across as
Listen, but I am. I have such angry moments, and I love. Listen, I love everybody. I don't like
absolutely,
but I love everybody. I have friends of all persuasions and races and ethnicities, and I love you all. All of you who love me, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you genuinely.
Yeah.
But there are still things that trigger me, and I don't look at you in anger, but I look at the situation in anger. It's
right. Absolutely.
Because like Amanda Seales said it best. Amanda Seales says there are white people and there are people who happen to be white. People who happen to be white are cool.
Yep.
They understand that they have privilege and they share that with you. But the people who are the white people, they actually believe the lie that was created to cause the division of the blackness. See. But they actually believe the lie. They actually believe in a lie that says that they are better than you because of their color. Listen, bottom line is there's no such thing as white people. There's no such thing as white people.
Everything comes
They're only genetic mutations of black people.
One time for that. That's a great place for us to pause and get out of here. I love that.
I went off a little bit. I'm sorry.
It's all right. This was a little emotional. I think we're just going to be live tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be taping this. I think we just want to go live and inspire you guys to...
And I actually want to go mobile. I want to go visit... I want to go to District 10 and see Cousin Gail. I think I'm going to go over there and go live. I know I can't go live in the polling place, but I'm going to go over there live. I'm going over to the polling place.
I got a whole crutches.
I'm going to go with you to your polling place so you can vote. I know I can't go in the booth with you. But I'm going and I'm gonna catch a few images and then I'm gonna go over to polling place for District 10, where my cousin Gail is gonna be the poll worker. And
I'm not sure your name.
I love my cousin Gail. Listen, I'm excited because I haven't voted in Long Branch, and I didn't vote in Long Branch, but I haven't voted in this particular city since the 90s, and Miss Vieta Walker was my poll worker. That's how long ago. She
Wow.
was right. That's how long ago it
She's
was.
been
I
gone
go
for a
to.
while now.
She's been gone a while. God bless her. We love Miss
Long
Vieta.
time.
Ay, 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 ay.
All right, guys.
Okay, we gonna wrap up.
Brother is emotional, honey.
We gonna wrap up.
He's emotional. It's all right. You just go ahead and have you a little cry. Make sure I give him some Xanax. We don't want to. We don't want to.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna get
Listen.
to Wednesday without it.
We don't want to. If you need to cry, cry. It's just I feel so bad. I'm just not a crier like I used to be. Well, when I cry, I can cry. It's bad, but I be feeling my therapist told me I'm emotionally unattached. It's terrible, but that's a whole other subject. Guys,
subject.
we appreciate you tuning in, and we're gonna join us for our next episode. I'm not really sure what we're gonna be. We have a whole list of topics that we're gonna be diving into. I think we wanted to. We came up with one yesterday, which was really good, and it's called puberty and exploring.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That was very uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable, but you know what? I feel so good about having shared that with you because, like I said, I'm not traumatized by it because I still listen. I have love. I have love, and I feel love, and I didn't feel threatened in any way. It was never that kind of situation. So
Yeah.
it's something to talk about.
That's something to talk about. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but there's a fine line between exploring and molestation.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was just something we were talking about, and confusion of what you like. Is it confusion or is it
Your predestination? I don't think so.
You can hear that truck coming.
I know.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about that too, guys. We would love to hear from you and. Nene Lee said no crying. Yeah, Lee can cry. Let me cry.
I'm so sorry.
Somebody come
Listen,
over here. Let me go ahead and wrap this up.
I'm over emotional.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all for tuning in with us. Stay tuned for our next episode. All episodes will drop on Mondays at 7 a.m. So please watch our news episode that we have out. Getting to know Puerto. Oh, somebody's there.
Hey,
Getting to know Puerto
we
Rico.
love you.
Oh wow.
I love that.
I had no idea.
Oh.
The next episode, Getting to Know Puerto Rico Part 2, where we talk about everything. La Perla, the food,
yes, La
the
Perla.
videos are up too.
Oh my God.
So thank you so much, guys, for joining. We appreciate you.
And
All right. Until the next time.
Until next time, love you.